When people call with domestic law issues, they're either devastated or they're mad. They are never happy to call. Domestic law, divorces, custody, they are some of the most emotional cases that we see in the legal system because these deal with the core of who we are. They deal with the most precious parts of our heart, our spirit. They deal with our children who we love without measure. They deal with people that we once loved that for some reason now we don't love as much or we can't live with them any longer. And now we have children we have to deal with, and sometimes there's real serious issues. There's crimes that have been committed. There's moral issues. There's trust issues. And so the clients that call us come to us in pretty bad way. It's never a pleasant meeting. At Murray Law Firm, our job is to listen to their story, reassure them that they're going to get out of this, they're going to come out of this someday, and they're going to be strong, and their life's not over, and they're going to have a happy life. They just need to stay the course, come up with a plan for them, help them have the courage to execute the plan, even if it hurts, and go forward. In some ways, it's like we're like a hospital. I'm a doctor. You come in and you have a real hurt and pain. I can't make it go away overnight, but over a course of months and years, your pain will lessen. And if you follow our counsel and you have a positive attitude, your life will get better again. Probably the biggest issue I see with emotional charged family law cases, whether it's divorce or custody, is that you say and text things that are stupid to the other side, and then they use that over and over and over again in your case. I tell people all the time, get off social media, do not text. Do not text anything that you don't want to see again in a courtroom of law. Do not text anything that a judge will think that you have issues yourself. And it's hard when you're mad and someone's hurt you, you want to hurt them back. You can't do it. You cannot let the other side dictate who you are. If the other party is mean and spiteful and using the kids as weapons, let him do it. Let her or him do it, because you need to make notes of it. You need to date it and make sure you can tell the judge these things later. But if you get caught up in the tit for tat, you're going to come out a loser, and the kids come out a loser too. When you select an attorney for a divorce case or custody case, you need to select someone who has experience. Probably no other part of the law is important as experience in a family law case. You got to know the judges. You got to know the other attorneys. You have to know what the jurisdiction, how it rules generally on things. You have to know what's accepted in this society, in our community, as a proper care. You need to have someone who has enough experience to tell you what not to do and what to do. Knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do. What you've done in the past with your spouse, you might not be able to continue to do that. What was perfectly fine when you were living with your spouse and your children, all of a sudden now is not fine. So you need to hire someone who will be honest with you, who will be frank with you, who will be realistic with you, and who will, get after you when you need to get after. Because, this is going to be a hard transition from being married or being together and now being separated and trying to figure out what's best for your children. And more often than not, if you let emotions make your decisions for you, you'll be in trouble, and your attorney will be trying to do damage control instead of being your champion. When you're in a legal crisis in a marriage or custody, you need to seek legal representation immediately. A lot of times you can prepare months in advance for a separation or filing of a divorce. The more you have time to plan, the more opportunities you have to take action, the better. You can position yourself. You can find a place to live. You can find a sitter. You can find a job. All these things you can do before you make the move. But you have to know what to do. You have to know what plans you have to make. Family law attorneys who have experience know the issues that you're going to be faced with. They know the complete disruption you're going to be facing in a few short months, and they can help you, guide you, direct you in getting those decisions made before you actually file for divorce or file for a motion for modification. If you wait, you're in trouble. Always be proactive instead of reactive. If you only have spent your life with the domestic stuff, domestic law, domestic issues, being proactive, that means reacting to what the other spouse does. That's a bad place to be. You need to be proactive. You need to be the person who files the motions and ones who takes the lead in doing what's in the best interest of the child.